Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the sisyaclass. A very warm welcome to all of you. How are you guys doing? I hope all of you are doing good and are ready for the exam. Yes? So we will be going for the final sprint. Yes? Ready for the final sprint? Okay, so you know that we are discussing the previous year questions from the subject geography. Okay? Are you ready for the class? So this is going to be our final sprint. Yeah? Final sprint, and then you will be writing these questions, the answers in the exam. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let us start the session. Okay, let us start the class. In this class, the agenda is I have chosen some questions, you know, which are frequently asked in the previous, years exams. Okay, and which I feel, carry some, they have some concepts which you should be knowing. Okay, so when you'll be writing the questions, when you will be writing the answers in the exam, so there are certain things which you should know. Okay, so I have chosen some questions from from this subject geography. Okay, thank you, Rishabh. So let us start the session. Okay, first we'll be discussing, this is about me. I'm Nadeem Hafiz and I am the physics master teacher at Sizia class. So I teach physics at Sizia class, but why I'm teaching geography this time is because I have, written some government exams in which I have chosen geography as an optional. So I have studied geography as an optional subject in those exams. So I think I'll be good, with this. I'll tell you something which you will get in the exams. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so this is the syllabus of geography. I am very much sure that you will be knowing, these chapters. You have studied these chapters already. Yes, because you have only not even one day. Yes, you have 5 hours left for the exams. So this is the chapter, resource and development, in which you study about the resources, you study about the types of resources, then you study about the conservation of resources and all those things, isn't it? Then you study about the forest and the wildlife resources. So resources only. Okay. Then water resources. Okay. Then agriculture. You know, I think the most important. Yeah, agriculture, because our country is, so much dependent on agriculture. Yes. So agriculture, very important chapter. Similarly, mineral and energy resources. Then industries, about you study about industries. Okay, different types of industries. You study about the location of industries and that. And similarly, lifelines of the Indian national economy. Okay, in which you study about various things, the roadways and all. Okay, so this was the syllabus. I'm very much sure that you'll already be knowing about this. Hello, hello, student. Hi. Okay, so this is the marks distribution. Okay, this is the marks distribution. Talking about I'll be talking about the geography in this case. So as we all know that, see, geography has the map part. It should be having the map part, isn't it? See, without map, how can you study geography, isn't it? Even if you are writing the answers, you should be writing answers in a way that the map is in your mind. Okay, because believe me, that will make your life very easy. Okay, so 17 marks and plus 3 marks are for map. Okay, so total you have 20 marks from this part, from the geography. Same goes with the other subjects like history or political science, or somebody calls it civics. Okay, call it what you want. And the economics also. Okay, so 20 20 20 and 20 will be from geography. Okay, now let us see the exam pattern. Okay, how are the exams asked? Okay, let us see that. What are the questions asked? So now you have MCQs, multiple choice questions, 4 options, one of them is right. Okay, very simple. Okay, then you move to the very short answer type questions. You just need to write answers in 2 lines, 3 lines, that's it. Okay, to the point. Don't unnecessarily pull the things. Okay, don't unnecessarily write so many lines. They are not needed. Okay, they are not needed. Then short answer type questions. Okay, the marks per question will be 3. And then the important, okay, wherein you need to write a lot of things is the long answer type questions. And there are 5 marks, okay, per question, 5 marks. And in this session, we are going to discuss, okay, Rishabh, you make mistakes in the MCQs, don't worry. At the end of the session, I'll tell you something which will help you, okay? Don't worry, don't worry. But in this session, okay, completely we'll be focusing on the long answer type questions. But at the end of the class, as Rishabh said that he makes mistakes in MCQs question. So I'll tell you some tricks in general, okay, which you can do in the MCQs. Okay, very good. So what am I saying? That long answer type questions, this will be our agenda today. Okay, because it needs, most welcome Rishabh, comprehensive understanding. Okay, you just can't write, you just can't write long answer type questions by the superficial knowledge. No. Okay, Sugirdan. Okay, let us first focus on the geography. Okay, let us first focus on the geography, and then we will see in future we will think about the AI as well. Okay, so Surindan, are you ready for the class? Yes, very good. So question number 1 in front of your screen is suggest ways to solve land degradation. Okay, so you are asked to solve some problem. Okay, but you can only solve a problem if you know what the problem is, isn't it? You can only solve a problem if you know what the problem is. So what is land degradation? Any one of you? What is land degradation? If I tell you land degradation, we are talking about. But what is land degradation? Anyone? Yes? Yes, Sugirdan. Can you tell me what is land degradation? Yes? See, if you know what the land degradation is, how is the land degradation caused? Only then you can suggest some ways, isn't it? Soil erosion. Okay, Rishabh said soil erosion. Fine. What about you, Surikdan? Okay, if you know what the land degradation is, how it is caused, then you can give some solution. For example, we go to doctor, we tell him that we are feeling these symptoms. Okay, then he says, okay, we will treat these symptoms, we will treat this disease by using these medicines. Okay, but he can only give us medicines if he knows what the disease is. Similarly, you should be knowing what land degradation is, how it is caused, then you can suggest some ways. Yeah, okay, very good. So now let us see land degradation. See, degradation means simply, okay, decrease, okay, in the quality. Okay, simple words. If I say afforestation, okay, so I'm saying that if the land quality, okay, if the land quality is decreasing, it is deteriorating. So you would say it is land degradation. Okay, land is being degraded. Okay, its quality is decreasing. That is land degradation, isn't it? Now, how it is caused? Why is land degradation caused? Very good, as the Rishabh said already. One of the reasons is the soil erosion. Okay, one of the reasons is soil erosion. Soil erosion happens. What is soil erosion? That the topsoil gets displaced from one part to the other part, from one place to the other place. That is soil erosion basically. So when soil erosion happens, obviously the quality of land decreases. Okay, is that fine? Now, if we find some ways, if we find some ways to control soil erosion, okay, to control soil erosion, we will find ways to solve the land degradation as well. Okay, Very good. This is one such problem. This is one such cause of the land degradation, that soil erosion happens. Can you suggest some other reason? Yes. Can you suggest some other reason why the land degradation happens? So basically, if you have seen, a lot of people, what they do is that, they have the, polythenes, okay, or the other waste materials. They just dump that in the soil without treating. Okay, fine. Water, very good, Rishabh. Very good. Rishabh is very good. Water, deforestation. Okay, that's also fine. By deforestation, soil erosion happens. Okay, so soil erosion is the main cause. You see, deforestation happens. Okay, we cut down the trees rampantly. Okay, at a very fast rate. Then what happens? Soil erosion happens. And when soil erosion happens, automatically the land degrades. Okay. So similarly, when we go for the waste materials, okay, waste, untreated waste is dumped into the soil, so quality of land decreases. Okay, now my dear lovely students, tell me one thing. If the quality of land decreases, okay, will it be good for agriculture? Yeah. Will it be good for agriculture if the quality of land decreases? No, absolutely not. It will not be good for agriculture. Okay, it will not be good for other activities as well. Even if I talk about the construction, it will not be good for that as well. Okay, so now let us see how can we write the answer of this question. Okay, I have framed an answer for you. Let us see that. Okay, so see, when you write in the bullet points, okay, obviously the teacher gets that you know the points. You're not writing anything. Okay, whatever comes in your mind, you're not writing that. You are actually writing the points which I need, which the teacher needs. So the first thing which you can do is you can go for afforestation. Okay, what does the afforestation means? Planting. Yes, planting trees, isn't it? Planting trees. Okay, you plant more trees. What they do is that the roots of the trees, they hold the soil together. Okay, they hold the soil together, the roots of the trees. So when you are planting more and more trees, okay, the soil erosion decreases and the land quality gets on, it increases. Got it? Yeah, very good. Saplings, very good, amazing. The next thing what you can do is that proper management of grazing. Okay, why? Because if the overgrazing happens, then obviously the land quality will decrease, land degradation will happen. Yes, what is grazing? Yes, what is grazing? Yeah, when you have, these animals, okay, sheeps and all, they eat the grass. Okay, not here for the drawing. Okay, fine. So if the overgrazing will happen, similarly the same things will, land degradation will happen. Got it? Next, planting of shelter belts of plants. Okay. So in this method, what you do is that, for example, this is my land over here. Okay. This is the land. And I know on this land, what happens is that there is a lot of wind going on. High speed winds are coming. So if high speed winds are coming, what they will do is that they will remove the topsoil. Okay, strong winds, strong winds. What the strong winds will do, they will remove the topsoil. Okay, and when they will remove the topsoil, obviously that's soil erosion we are talking about. Okay, so to control this, what we can do is that we can plant trees. Okay, we can plant trees like this. Okay, like this. So these are called the shelter belts. Okay, these are called the shelter belts. So they stop these strong winds. Okay, so when they stop these strong winds, obviously we control the soil erosion. Okay, and we solve this land degradation problem which is happening. Got it? Very good. Let's move to the next point. proper discharge and disposable industrial effluents. Now we know that if there are industries, okay, this I discussed earlier, yes, industries, what they do is that they have a lot of things, which they directly dispose in the landfills. Okay, they don't treat it. So that's not that's not the way to go for it. So you have to go for proper discharge. Okay. Okay, I'm stressed. Don't worry. Don't worry. I wish you don't have to worry for the exams. Okay, you don't have to worry for the exams. Believe me. Believe me. See, for geography, I'll assure you that if you understand the questions, okay, and they are so logical, okay, you write these points in bullet points, you will get good marks. Okay, you will get good marks. Fine. So don't worry. Be stress free. Don't take stress. Okay, so whatever the industries are discharging, there should be the proper discharge of that. Okay, not just anything they are discharging anything. And waste is after treatment. They should be treated first and then they can be discharged. Very good. Next, avoid over irrigation, especially in the dry areas. Okay, for example, we are going for the irrigation. What is irrigation? It's an artificial supply of water. Okay, because we cannot rely on the rainwater, so we go for the irrigation. Now it should not be over irrigation. Okay, some field needs, for example, I'm just taking an example, 1,000 liters of water. Now I'm giving 2,000 liters of water. Not good. Okay. No, I'm not using any filters. Okay, no filter. Avoid overuse of fertilizers and pesticides. Okay, see, certain times what happens is that people use lot of fertilizers to extract more and more out of the soil. Okay, but we don't know, okay, that we are actually harming the land. Okay, so overuse of fertilizers not recommended. Fine. Similarly, control on the mining activities as well. We mine, there are different mines. Okay, so by that what happens is that again the land quality decreases. So my dear students, we have discussed 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Okay, we have discussed 7 points that how can we solve the problem of land degradation. Is it okay? That's fine. So now let us move to the next question. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. These are the shelter belts, okay, like this on a smaller scale. We can keep them on the bigger scale as well. Okay, yeah, maybe because I am from Kashmir, that's why I like an apple. Yeah. Okay, now what is sustainable development? Why is it essential for development? Fine. Okay, what is sustainable development? Why is it essential for development? Now see, first question, it's a very important topic. Okay, very important, and it can be asked in number of ways. Fine. So now let us see what is sustainable development, right? For example, we are living in the year 2025. Okay, we are living in the year 2025 and we need resources. Yeah, we need resources. And yes, it is cold. Yeah, focus on the studies, Rishabh. Yeah, let's suppose we are talking after 25 years, so we are talking about the year 2050. Okay, there will be new generation, right? There will be new generation. Now, just for our greed, if we utilize all the resources, yeah, if we use all resources, okay, if we use all resources, fine, what will happen? There will be no resource for the future generation. Okay, and is that the way to go? No, not at all. We can't be so greedy that we will utilize all the resources and we leave nothing for the future generation. Okay, got it? So what in sustainable development is that we say that okay, we need certain things, we will use resources in a way that there will be some resources available for the future generations as well. Okay, so we are fulfilling our needs by the resources, but at the same time, we are thinking about the future generations as well. Okay, very good, Rishabh. Yeah, saving for the child. So that's what it means, sustainable development. Okay, we need development. There is no doubt about that. We need development, but development in a way that there should be something for the future generations as well. Okay, very good. Now let us see how to write an answer. First, you will not write the bullet point here. Okay, you will just write the introduction of this. What the sustainable development means. Okay, sustainable development means today's needs. Okay, meeting today's needs without harming the future generations' ability to meet theirs. Okay, it focuses on balancing economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity. Got it? Now let's write the bullet points. Why is it essential? See, it ensures resources are used widely. Okay, not anyone is coming. I have lot of money. Okay, so I'll spend it. I'll spend all the resources. That should not happen. Okay, it ensures resources are used wisely so they are available for future generations. Point number one, why is it essential? Let's see point number two. Sustainable practices reduce pollution and protect ecosystem. Okay, so we know that, for example, if back then we were using a lot of coal, okay, now we will use some kind of energy which will not harm the environment as well, because the air we are breathing in is also a resource. Without that, how can I think, how can I live? Yeah. Long term stability, it ensures a stable economy and sustainable industries. Okay, for example, I tell you one thing. I am setting up an industry. Okay, I'm setting up an industry, and I'm, for example, using some kind of non-renewable resources. Okay, so will it be long term? It will not be long term. Okay, once the resources will be over, the industries will also be over. Got it? Very good. Better quality of life, because when we'll be using the sustainable development, will be when we'll be going for the sustainable development, it will improve the health, it will improve the education, and it will include all. Okay, for example, there is a next one which is very important. It ensures the inclusive growth. Okay, it in make sure. Now let's see the reason behind it. For example, uh, I'm doing something, I'm saying that I'll be using renewable, okay, resources. Okay, renewable energy we are using. Got it? Now tell me, there will be a lot of job creation in this industry. Yes, job creation will be there. And when job creation will be there, and these jobs will not be temporary jobs. Okay, because we are using the renewable energy, so renewable energy will be there. Okay, till the life we have, so it will be there, so there will be job creation. Okay, when there will be job creation, so there will be opportunities as well. Okay, there will be opportunities. So even if someone who is poor, right, even if someone who comes from poor background, they can also apply, right? They will be having good jobs, they'll be having good money. Okay, so what it does is that it promotes equal opportunities, reducing poverty and inequality. Got it? So see how to write in, how to write in exams these descriptive questions. First, a good intro. Okay, if it is there, for example, in this case, it was very much possible that what is sustainable development. So we defined the sustainable development first, and then we discussed why is it essential. Okay, 5 points, 6 points, enough. Okay, and write in the bullet points, you will see the magic. Very good. Now, again, this question is from the chapter. If you didn't guess, it is from agriculture, obviously. Okay. Now, what is the question saying? Why is agriculture called the backbone of Indian economy? Okay. No, I can't teach chemistry. No, I can't teach chemistry. Not at all. So, why is agriculture called the backbone of Indian economy? Explain. Okay. Now, First of all, we know that how much dependent we are on the agriculture, isn't it? So you can see some graphics here, like they are farming, right? There is this tractor, okay? The farmer is on the tractor. So let us discuss. See, I'll tell you one thing. More than 50%, more than 50%, okay? More than 50% of the people, they are dependent on the agriculture, okay? Directly or indirectly. Indirectly, I think everyone is dependent on the agriculture, isn't it? Is it right or not? See, if agriculture, if we don't have food, can you think of other sectors? If we don't have the food security, yes, if we don't have the food security, can we think about the other sectors? Will you be in the class or will I be teaching you? No, absolutely not. Without this, it is not possible. Okay? Without this, it is not possible. So let us see how can we write these things. And on top of it, Indian agriculture, it forms a big chunk of our GDP. Yes, big chunk of our GDP is from the agriculture. Now let us see. Agriculture is called the backbone of Indian economy because it plays a crucial role in the country's development and sustenance. Again, you will not write this bullet point. This will be your intro. Okay, this will be your intro. Got it? It's very nice. Now, why it is so? Let us see. Around 50% of India's population depends on agriculture for their livelihood. I would say you can write greater than 50% as well. Okay. Similarly, contribution to the GDP. Agriculture contributes a significant portion to the India's GDP, supporting other sectors like industry and services. See, because I'm telling you, because I'm telling you, this, you're talking about agriculture, other sectors are also dependent on the agriculture. Okay, other sectors are also dependent on the agriculture. Got it? Okay, can anyone tell me what is GDP? What's the full form of GDP? Okay, anyone? Because we are saying that a big chunk of our GDP is from the agriculture. Okay, so can any one of you tell me, it's an economics term? Yes, you study that. Okay, you study that in the economics, GDP. Can you tell me what's the full form of GDP? Anyone? Let me see. Priyanshi, Rishab, okay, Sugirdan, yes. Okay, till you will write, we will discuss some points. I'll give you some, hint. Gross, okay, gross domestic. You have to only guess one. Now, next thing, it provides the food security. It provides essential food items, ensuring the country's food security, isn't it? See, if we don't have food, how can we work? Okay, so it ensures the food security as well. It generates employment for the millions, especially in the rural areas. Okay, no, it's not price. It's not price, Sugritan. Okay, so it generates employment for millions, okay, especially in the rural areas. Similarly, we export agricultural products. Lot of our agricultural products are exported to the other countries. Okay, so obviously it will be bringing lot of money as well. Got it? So write these points, you will get the full marks, don't worry. Question number 4. Explain any three. You have to discuss only three. Okay, don't write four. Institutional reforms taken for the development of Indian agriculture. Okay, very good. So you have to discuss three institutional reforms which are there, okay, which have been taken for what? For the development of Indian agriculture. Okay, what is this? Credit card. Okay, so by this credit card, you can think of one thing, that Kisan credit card. Okay, they are known as KCC, Kisan credit card. Okay, got it? So by this Kisan credit card, the farmers, okay, or the Kisan, in Hindi, what they get? They get the loans at a very, very, very low interest rate. Okay, so they can use that, they can get the money, and when they can get the money, obviously it will be helping our Indian agriculture. Clear? Then insurance will be provided. For example, crop insurance, isn't it? Crop insurance. For example, there is some cyclone, okay, in some state. There is some cyclone, and by that cyclone, what happens? The crops get destroyed. Now, in this case, what will the farmer do? Obviously, if he doesn't have insurance, he will be, he will be crying that what will I do? Because cyclone has destroyed all the crops. So in that case, crop insurance can help a farmer, isn't it? Similarly, other natural disasters as well. Okay. So for these protections, the government has got the crop insurance. Got it? Similarly, they can be, loans are provided for the farmers. Loans are provided. And similarly, this we can also add that weather forecasting. Okay. So a farmer gets the weather update that at this point you are getting the rain. Okay, for this much duration you don't get the rain, this is the dry spell. So you can, yes Rishabh, it is provided. Like for example, I have a land. Okay, I have a land, so I can get that land, insured. So like, if even if something happens, the natural disaster happens, okay, so I'll be provided some help. Okay, I'll be provided some help. So now, what are you have to write three only. So these three you will write. Okay. First, Kisan credit cards. Okay, Kisan credit cards. They get the loan, they get the money at a very low interest rate. Second thing, personal accident insurance scheme. PAIS, very important. Personal accident insurance. For example, there is someone. Okay, accident happens, because accident happens, we don't know, so he dies. So there should be some help. Okay, so he'll be getting some help from this. It's called PAIS, very important, write this in the exams. And some other schemes introduced by the government of India for the benefit of farmers. Okay, similarly, provision for crop insurance against flood happens. Okay, for example, I'll tell you in my case, experience. We had the worst flood in 2014 in J&K. Okay. Similarly, there are floods happening in Bihar, okay, West Bengal, right? Okay, there's a one question for you. Kosi, yeah, it's called sorrow of which state? Okay, tell me. Just write in the chat. Kosi is the sorrow of which state? Because it keeps, flooding the same state, year after year. Now, similarly, the third institutional reform is the establishment of Grameen banks. What they do is that they provide the loan facility to the farmers at lower rates, okay, of interest. There's some important steps in this direction. So, three things which we will discuss. First, KCC, Kisan Credit Card, and PIAS, okay, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme. Second thing, crop insurance. Again, it's the natural disasters. Fine. And then the Grameen banks. They provide loan at the lower interest rate. Got it? Very good. Now let's see. Multi-purpose projects and large dams have been cause of many social movements. Highlight the concern related to such movements. Okay. Now you know that we have some projects which have multi-purpose. Okay. For example, dams. Can any one of you tell me? Can any one of you tell me? We construct dams. What are the reason? Okay. What is the purpose of constructing the dams? One is generating electricity. Yeah, generating electricity, isn't it? Yes or no? Very good, Risha. 100%. Yes, generating electricity. Second thing is reducing flood. You can say reduce flood, or you can hold the water. So in case you are saying flood, fine. Very good. Very good. Similarly, some are constructed for the irrigation purposes as well. You will hold the water okay, and then you will direct in a way that you want, okay. So these are some purposes. So that's why the multi-purpose project, okay, NAMS. Now there have been some social movements, okay. Why have been there social movements and what is the concern related to them? For example, I'll tell you one thing. When we are constructing the dams, it needs a very large area, okay. So there will be displacement, okay. Lot of people will be displaced, okay. Lot of people will be displaced. So if they have houses constructed around this, obviously that will be, destroyed. So that's the first thing. Large area will be displaced. Got it? Second thing, we can also think in this way. See, when you are constructing the dams, they also trigger the earthquakes. Fine? They also trigger the earthquakes. So there have been some social movements. Now let us discuss those social movements. First, I told you displacement of the local communities because you need a very large area to construct the dam. Okay. Now there has been one social movement. Okay. And what is that? Narmada Bachao Andholan. Okay. NBA. You can remember it very easily. NBA. Okay. Narmada Bachao Andholan, which protested the construction of Sardar Sarovar Dam due to the displacement of the tribal communities. Okay, so when this dam, Sardar Sarovar Dam, to construct this dam, we had to displace a lot of people. Okay, so in for that reaction, we had the Narmada Bachao Andolan social movement. Got it? Then environmental impact as well. For example, Tahri Dam has raised concern over its environmental impact, especially in terms of altering the natural flow of rivers, affecting the aquatic life as well. Okay. For example, I'll tell you one thing. We are constructing the dam like this. Okay. This is the dam. Now, what happens is that we are actually altering the river flow. Okay. And there is one more thing which is happening, my dear students, is that the sediments are getting deposited. Okay. And if we don't take care of these, obviously the capacity of it decreases. Okay. Capacity of it decreases. And tell me very honestly, if the dam, we constructed, if the dam we constructed gets destroyed, then yes, recently, obviously, if are constructing the dams, big dams, okay, they will trigger earthquakes. Okay, they will trigger earthquakes. So there is the possibility of that. Got it? Now, similarly, agricultural losses and reduced water availability. For example, land, dams hold a lot of water. Okay, so these are the dams we are talking about. Okay, so they hold a lot of water. So the river was flowing. Now we are holding lot of water. Now the people living downstream here, obviously they will not get the water they used to get before the dam was constructed. Okay, so after the dam, they will get less water. Got it? So agricultural losses are there. Water availability is very less. Okay, so the example which has been given is the Koi Nanagar Dam. Okay, very good. Similarly, there is a social inequality also. Okay, for example, the Narmada Dam project sparked protest due to the disproportionate benefits enjoyed by the industrialists and the lack of compensation for the affected indigenous people. As we discussed that, right? We discussed the Sardar Sarovar Dam case, right? See, those of the industrialists, they have a lot of money, so they invest money, they get a lot of money out of it. What happens to the common people which have been displaced? Okay, so these are some concerns which you can write in the exams. Got it? See, if you are writing the examples, no, like for example, in this case, you are actually, NBA, you are writing Narmada Bachao Andolan, and you are actually writing the Sardar Sarovar Dam. Believe me, they make your answers very different. Okay, they make your answers very different. All of these are 5 marks questions. These are full. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, these are long type questions. Every question I'm discussing is a long type questions. Now, see how the questions are asked. Energy saved is energy produced. Justify the statement by giving any six measures to conserve the energy resources. Fine. Now tell me one thing. For example, I'm telling you, if I'm using 100 joules of energy per day, okay? I'm using 100 joules of energy per day. But what I'm using is that I'm saying from today onwards, I will only use 70 joules of energy. Okay. Normally, my consumption is 100 joules. Now I will say I will not use 100, I'll use only 70. How much I'm saving? Yes, I am saving 30 joules. Yeah. So this much energy which I have saved, okay, I can actually say that I have produced it, right? Isn't it? So I've saved 30 joules of energy, right? But in other ways, I have produced this 30 joules of energy for tomorrow, right? So this is what it is saying. Energy saved is energy produced. Now justify the statement by giving any six measures. For example, what measures we can take? We can use renewable sources of energy, isn't it? We can use renewable sources of energy. So if we are using renewable, so the stress, okay, the load on the non-renewable sources, that is very less now. Okay, so we are using, as you can see here, we are using windmills. Yeah, isn't it? We are using windmills, we are using this water. Yeah, hydropower and all these things. Similarly, what other things we can do is that, my dear students, we can get some change in ourselves. For example, if I'll be leaving my room, I will close the switch. Yes, I will close the switch if I don't need. Okay, why should the bulb be on in my room if I'm not in the room? Yes, I should close it before going out, isn't it? So these are certain things which we can do, okay, and by this we can save a lot of energy, believe me. So now let us see the statement energy saved is energy produced emphasizes the importance of energy conservation in ensuring that limited energy resources are used efficiently. Saving energy not only reduces demand but also helps in the sustaining available resources for the longer periods. Obviously, if I'm using 70 joules only instead of 100, okay, I'll be doing this for a longer time. Got it? Now let's see the six measures. Use of energy efficient appliances. Okay, for example, I'll talk about geysers. Okay, geysers. Before some years, let's suppose 10 years, if we installed geysers, there wasn't that concept of the five-star geysers. Okay, the geysers with, and they used to take lot of energy. Okay, still I'll tell you my example. Okay, Rishabh, you are studying below street light. I'll tell you my example. You know, we have some geysers because in the cold regions you need geysers in winters. It's a must thing. You can't think living without the geysers. Okay, so there are some geysers in our home. You know, there is no rating of that. Okay, there is no rating because they have been installed way back, maybe 20 years or 15 years back. So they consume lot of it, they take lot of energy. So now what we can do is that we can use energy efficient appliances which take very less energy, as I'm saying the five-star geysers, similarly other appliances as well. Second thing which we can do is that switching to the renewable energy sources, as I already told you. Okay, solar energy, wind energy, we can shift to that and we can reduce the pressure on the existing ones. We can promote the public transportations. It is not necessary that every time I take my vehicle when I need to go out sometimes. Okay, so what I can do is that I can promote the public transportations. Okay, and there are some countries which are very good at that. Okay, they provide the public transportations for some routes at free of cost. Okay, because they want their public to use the public transport. Okay, imagine 100 people, imagine 100 people using their own cars, okay, using their own cars or vehicles, whatever. And instead of that, they are traveling 100 people in two buses, okay, in two buses. Yes, okay, Rishabh. So it's a rating we are giving. Okay, it's a rating we are giving. How much energy it is consuming. So if it is 5 star, it is consuming very less energy. Okay, it's consuming very less energy. Got it? So imagine if the 100 people are traveling in the 100 cars in their own cars. Yeah, pollution is the one thing, right? Second thing, you are consuming a lot of energy, and when we are using two buses, obviously the energy consumed will be lesser. Got it? Very good. Now next thing what we can do is that improving insulation and the building design. Believe me, this is so important. Okay, for example, this is the room. Okay, this is the room, and it is very cold outside. Let's suppose it is minus 10 degrees Celsius outside. It's very cold outside. So what we are doing is that we are using some gas heaters. Okay, we are using some gas heaters. Now we use these gas heaters to heat ourselves. Okay, there are some people sitting here, but there isn't insulation, there are gaps. Okay, there are gaps like this, so we will end up using a lot of gas, isn't it? So whenever you are constructing your houses, okay, there should be proper insulation, okay, such that in a very little gas I can heat the room. Got it? Similarly, for the other cases also, AC is also not only for the heating, because I come in the cold region, so I'm relating to the gas heaters more rather than the ACs. Adopting energy efficient industrial practices. Okay, for example, industries are using certain methods. Yeah, so they should be adopting energy efficient. For a lower energy, they are using more and more, they're getting more and more things done. Okay, similarly, encouraging behavior change. As I already said, if I'm leaving the room, I close the bulb. I don't need it to keep it on. So you need to change yourself also in that. The six things we discussed, all six things. Let's move to the next question. Water is available in abundance in India. Even the scarcity of water is experienced in major parts of the country. Explain it in the four examples. Fine. So we know that we have a lot of water. Okay. Why is it that at certain areas we are getting the scarcity of water, shortage of water? For that, let me tell you one thing. The rainfall which we are getting, okay, the rainfall which we are getting, is it uniform? Is it uniform? Is it uniform? Okay, for example, J&K is here. Yeah, Ladakh, sorry. J&K. Okay. Now, obviously, the rainfall which we will be receiving in J&K, it will not be same in case of Ladakh. It will be different. Okay. Similarly, the rainfall which we'll be getting in the Rajasthan, okay, or Gujarat, it will be completely different than we are getting in our northeast region, isn't it? Northeast region. Okay, we know that northeast regions, they get very high rainfall. Okay, they get very high rainfall, lot of rainfall is there. And in case of Rajasthan and Gujarat, okay, less rainfall is experienced. Got it? So there is no doubt that if we talk about our whole country, we have a lot of water. Okay. But the problem is that water is not distributed equally. Okay. In certain regions, there is a lot of water, and in certain regions, we get very less water, as I am talking about in case of Gujarat, okay, and Rajasthan. Okay. Rajasthan. And there is the factor of climate change as well. Okay, there is a factor of that. Again, I'll give you a live example, the real life example of springs in Kashmir. Okay, like in Kashmir, in my lifetime, I have never seen the shortage of water. Never in my life I have heard that there is the shortage of water. Okay, but now these times, for like 3 days, we were said that you won't be receiving any water. They were treating, there was some treatment going on, but still, when we see snow, there used to be a lot of snow in Kashmir. Okay, but now we didn't receive that much snow. I think in the whole winter it was only 2 or 3 times in Srinagar. So it's very concerning, right? It's very concerning. So now let us discuss this. As I already told you, that what is the main problem? First thing, it is not distributed equally. Certain regions, lot of rainfall, certain regions, less rainfall. Second thing, we are not using it efficiently. Okay, we are using it for, I don't know, for car washes, we use a lot of water. Fine. Similarly, the groundwater which we are using, okay, again, we are using at a very high rate. Got it? So these things are there. Let us discuss these things. Although India receives abundant rainfall, water scarcity is still a significant issue in many parts of the country. Got it? This is due to the factors such as uneven distribution. Certain regions lot of rainfall, certain regions very dry. Over exploitation. Okay. In a place, if I need only 10-liter water, I am using 20-liter. So over exploitation. Pollution, the industries, they throw the waste in the water bodies. Okay, have you seen that visual of the Yamuna river? Yes, Yamuna river. How polluted? Yes. And what is the reason? Obviously, we the people are the reason. Yes. And inefficient management of the water resources. These are some examples. Four examples illustrating this issue. Let us see. First, uneven distribution of water, as I discussed in the on the map itself. Over extraction of the groundwater, right? Groundwater, it needs some time to replenish, right? I buy Bisleri. Okay, that's fine. Pollution of water resources, as I told you, you can give the example of the Yamuna River. Okay, Yamuna River, right? Similarly, climate change also, as I already told you, climate change is also one of the factor. Okay, one of the factor, right? Very good. I still remember some years back, there was a lake in Bangalore, okay, by the name of Belandur Lake. Okay, it actually caught fire. Okay, why? Again, because of the discharge of the industries. Okay, because of the discharge of the industries, there was the foam. Okay, on the entire surface of the lake. Okay, so little temperature got rise, and it caught fire. Fine. Very good. So these are certain things which you can discuss in the exam. Write in the bullet points. I'm again emphasizing on this. Write in the bullet points, you will see. Explain any 3 steps to be taken to minimize environmental degradation by the industries. Okay, again, see, first we started from the land degradation, isn't it? We started from the land degradation. Okay, now we came to the environmental degradation. It is the same thing. Okay, the only difference is that in the land degradation you were confining yourself to the land. In case of environmental degradation, you're talking about everything. You're talking about land, you're talking about water, you're talking about air. Okay, now what are the 3 steps? Okay, 3 steps which the industries can take to reduce the environmental degradation. Fine, let us discuss these 3 things. First thing, they can go for reducing reducing the use of resources. Okay, Second thing, if they are using the resources now, okay, there should be some concept of reusing the resources. Okay, because if I'm reusing the resources, then obviously I'm helping the environment. Okay, so reducing, reusing, right? And then if it's possible, you should recycle the resources as well. Okay, for example, there is some industry. I need industry A. Industry A needs lot of water. Okay, needs lot of water. Now they will be instructed that okay, you need lot of water, no issues, but do one thing, find some way that you can reuse this water. Okay, so if you are reusing this water, then there is no issue. Okay, after reusing, if you can recycle, that is very good. So this is the first thing which the industries can take. Second thing, there should be the proper waste disposal. Okay, proper waste disposal should be there. It's not that we discussed that in the first slide, that if the industries have some effluents, okay, okay, you discharge it, but treat it first and then only after discharge. Okay, so now let us see how you will write these questions. First, three steps to minimize environmental degradation by industries. Don't need to write this as the bullet point. Then, what are the things? Adopting clean and green technologies. Okay, so if you are using the technologies which don't harm the environment that much, okay, then it's good. Second thing, there should be the waste management and recycling, right? First, proper waste management, and there should be the concept of recycling as well. Okay, then there should be the water conservation and treatment policies also. As I told already, if my industry needs X amount of water, okay, X amount of water, fine, that's also fine. Use the X amount of water, okay, but do one thing. After using this water, try to reuse it, okay. And if it's not possible to reuse it, treat it first, okay, treat it first and then discharge, okay, and then discharge. Got it? So see, being this responsible citizens, what we can do, see, we don't have industries. For example, I don't have industry, you don't have industry, right? What we can do on our personal things is that if we are eating something, if we have some, waste, please dispose it, in a proper way. Not like, I'm disposing it anyway, I'm throwing it out. No, because if we don't do it, then who will do it? Nobody from outside will come and fix this. We have to fix this. Got it? So I hope you enjoyed the session, right? Now regarding the MCQs, right? Regarding the MCQs, right? What you can do is that, as Rishabh said, that sometimes I get them wrong. See, there are certain reasons. Do one thing, read all the options, okay, carefully. Read all the options carefully, thoroughly, okay. Then, after reading them, go for, go for, there is something which we call, for example, we have A option, B option, C option, and D option, okay. Now, elimination method is there. For example, I know, for example, there are certain options which are given, which are just there, they don't have any relation with the question. So for example, option number B has no relation, so I will eliminate this. Okay, similarly, when I read them again and again, I came to know that option number D also not there. So now you will be having less possibility of, marking the incorrect option, because you have only two options now, option number A and option number C. Now there's a 50% probability that you'll be getting the right answer. Okay, so this is called the elimination method. Okay, elimination method for MCQs, you can follow it. Got it? Okay, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you enjoyed the session, give it a like, okay, share it with your friends and subscribe the channel. Okay, take care of yourself, and the most important thing, best of luck for your exams. Okay, best of luck for the exams. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye.